Oops. Hey, everybody. This is Spot right here. And Spot is actually going to help me review the new Diablo 4 expansion. I think this is the first quote unquote paid expansion that we are getting for Diablo. And Spot wants nothing to do with it. He just wants to go to a nice cave. But Spot actually spent all day with us today educating a bunch of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 year olds, and he did such a fantastic job. Very proud of Spot right here. So I figured he would also be good to help with this, even if he doesn't think he'd be good. I believe in you, buddy. And I wanted to bring along a leopard gecko because I know a lot of people like to see leopard geckos. Sometimes when I do like these gaming updates or streams and whatnot. So let me actually open up the chat, take a look at everyone. Spot is normally a very like calm gecko too, and I actually sold a leopard gecko to somebody recently that is supposed to be using their gecko on stream. So they are a gamer streamer, and they are currently right now like rebuilding their channel. They lost it or something like that. And they're going to use a leopard gecko as like a character to kind of help them build that back. So I told them, keep me updated on that because I think that's pretty awesome. So why Diablo? You guys know I had a little spree a couple months back where I was streaming some games and stuff like that. Diablo was one of them. Apex was another. Well, my life is literally like 24/7 reptiles. But there are certain things that I enjoy besides reptiles, other hobbies, other passions, all that kind of stuff. So Diablo is a very nostalgic game for me. It goes way back to my teenage years, which even my high school friends in high school knew me as like the reptile guy, right? I've always been known as the reptile guy everywhere that I go because I've always had like an extreme love for reptiles. But obviously there's other passions you have, right? I really like baseball, I really like, certain video games, and Diablo is just one of those video games for me. So, when Diablo 4 came out recently, it was a big excitement for myself because I've been waiting for a new Diablo franchise game. What's up, Bam? Bam, what kind of games do you like, Bam? What I was actually talking with Reese recently from House of Reps, and we were talking about potentially getting like a Gecko Gaming Discord going or something, right? Where we could, different people could be part of that Discord that enjoy different games, play different games, and we could all like play with each other to a certain degree. But um I'm going to play the Vessel of Hatred expansion trailer. I'm not going to play the Mephisto. Okay, so the Mephisto kind of ties into this because Mephisto is not currently in Diablo 4 to my knowledge. I have not beat Diablo 4 yet because I haven't had enough time, but Mephisto was really big in Diablo 2. And there was a character in Diablo 2. This guy does not want to sit still, which is interesting because normally he's very sit still kind of guy. Gears of War, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Halo. I got you on the Gears of War. I did like Gears of War when I was younger. And then Halo also, Monster Hunter, and Call of Duty. You don't do Apex, Bam Bam? Just curious. But I have done Call of Duty. Call of Duty is pretty cool. But for those of you guys who like monsters, angels, demons, good and evil, Diablo is like the franchise to be involved in. You have different characters that have different powers. You could be a barbarian, a sorceress. They used to have in some of their previous games characters like Amazons, assassins, all kinds of cool stuff. So, well, Bam, I don't know if you like Diablo 4, but we're going to check this out. Let's check out this trailer. So we're going to watch the trailer first, and then we will talk about it. I will try not to stop the trailer and comment until after the trailer plays so we could just enjoy it. So here is the new expansion, which costs just as much as the first rendition of the game. So a lot of people are, kind of taking jabs at Diablo's creators for like charging $50 for the game and then charging another $50 for an expansion, I got no problem with it. I will pay for extra content. Take my money all day. If you got extra characters and extra content, I'm down. And this season particularly has all kinds of interesting pets. It has interesting characters, and we will see that right now. Tons, I think VR games are going to be absolutely unreal. Could you imagine like Call of Duty on a VR treadmill? Like, those treadmills that you could like walk on and obviously like, fake have a gun in your hand and stuff like that. That would be pretty cool. So let's check out this trailer. If you can, Bam or everybody, just let me know to make sure that the sound is working okay and there's no echo or anything. Here we go.
Only a few among my people can become spirit-born. As children, the most promising face judgment in the mist. Our trial begins and ends with pain. Those who are not called are culled. For the weak, all paths end here. For the worthy, that path leads to power beyond compare, and a sacred charge to wield it well. Though the mortal world was designed to break us, our hearts, our minds, our bodies, there is another which makes us bold. We are without fear. We are without equal. We walk with the ancient guardians of the unformed lands.
Centipede.
Their power is our power. Their cause is our cause. We forge unbreakable bonds in the spirit realm to defeat the horrors of this one. For we are spirit-born.
I think they're going to show some gameplay here. This is actual gameplay. That is good.
Wow, and there it
I think they do talk and they do expand on like the different elements that are actually coming to it. So if you guys want to watch the full episode live stream that they have here, you could go to the Diablo YouTube page. And it's one of the most recent videos called Vessel of Hatred, Spirit Reborn. And let me show my thumbnail I made real quick. So here's the thumbnail that I made. The gecko is now typing on the computer. So if something happens, it's him. This guy's name is Spot, by the way. And I brought him out because he kind of looks like a jaguar. And that is the theme. Like you could see like he's got like some bright green coloration because of it. He's white and yellow with some green on his head. And then he just has a bunch of spots and stuff like that. And the theme for this new release is like a very heavy animal theme. Yeah, so if you've never played Diablo, Bam, that was a trailer of like actual game footage. You get to pick a character. And this is a new character that is coming to Diablo 4. This character, I don't know if you saw the trailer and really understood it, but this character has the ability to summon animals to fight on his behalf. So he has like a centipede, a giant poisonous centipede. he has this jaguar, which he can actually ride as a mount instead of a horse. He could mount this jaguar right here. And then he has like a giant ape thing that is that he could summon as well to do damage. And he probably also has actual attacks. So like I'm gonna mute this, but if we were to rewind this a little bit, and if we were to watch a little bit of this gameplay here, what we can see, so there's all his like spirit animals. And it's interesting because Diablo 4 is very much a angels and demons kind of game. I mean, in the name it says Diablo, right? The franchise has always been built off of angels and demons. And I didn't know how to feel about this because this doesn't really feel like angels and demons to me. This feels a little bit more mystical, fantasy, made up, right? Whereas the angels and demons thing kind of could be real. You know what I mean? Like angels and demons, depending on what you believe, versus like, you know, giant poisonous centipedes and large apes that you could summon on your behalf to fight. There's the ape right there to fight on your behalf. So I really, at first, when I first watched this trailer, and I'm still processing it right now, I was a little bit disappointed that they started going down the route of more like fantasy, because Diablo has always been a little bit more about like good versus evil, light versus dark. But they explain right here in this interview that there's a third realm that's opening, and the realm is called the Spirit Realm. And the theme is a very jungle theme. So anyone who's played Diablo 2, you know that there was the jungle that Mephisto, which is one of the bosses, came from, was a jungle. And there was a character called the Witch Doctor. And the Witch Doctor was able to like summon creatures and like the dead on his behalf to fight for him. So it kind of seems like they're bringing that back with this new character. I forget. I actually missed what the character's name is, but it's I think it's going to be interesting. And I think it really relates to like the reptile hobby, because a lot of reptile people, they love science fiction, they love fantasy. I know that like Bob Vu and there's other people that are really into Diablo specifically. And so it would be cool. You know what I mean? For you know, different reptile people to connect over different things besides, you know, just reptiles and stuff like that. Oh, there we go. I'll leave it like that for this guy. That'll be a lot better. So you can see some of the artwork and stuff right here that they're making is pretty cool. I'm not gonna, you know, have you guys listen to all of this, but if you want, you could certainly like go through this trailer and you could see more gameplay footage. Obviously, he has melee attacks, so the character still. I wouldn't be surprised if the character can actually like transform, but they already have a transforming character called the Druid, and the Druid can turn into a bear, and the Druid can turn into a werewolf. So I guess I'm feeling okay about this now. But anybody who like. Okay, so one of the biggest problems with Diablo right now is it's actually a really good game right now. Right now is actually the best time to start playing Diablo, but something that they did was they made it a little bit too complicated of a game. There's a lot going on so that if you're a new player, you are a little bit confused. I mean, you could still make your way through the game, but if you want to be elite at the game, there are a lot of different avenues that you can go down now compared to in the past. And so one of my critiques of Diablo is that they do make it a little bit too complicated unnecessarily, because people just want to get in and smash monsters and get loot, right? This is a loot game, meaning that you smash monsters and you get rewards. And what they turned it into is you smash monsters and then you have to make your own rewards through recipes and all different kinds of practices that are not common sense. So they made it a little bit more difficult from just like a smash and grab kind of game to a smash and like craft and manipulate your items to become perfect instead of just finding the right items. So that is one critique. And then the second critique is they've never brought back the public side of Diablo. So anyone who remembers when Diablo first became really, really popular in the early 2000s, it was Diablo 2 that became really popular. And one of the things that made it really popular was there was an in-game trading house where you could go in the game and you could connect with other players. And you could be like, hey, I want this item and I will trade you this item. Or I want this item and I will buy it from you with game currency. They took all that away. I don't completely understand why they took all that away. I guess there was some problems where they felt like people were paying to win. You know what I mean? People were actually like buying the items with like physical money instead of just like game currency. But that can happen anywhere at any time. So I think you got to, you know, you got to take your pros with your cons. But that was one of the elements that actually made this game a really community-based game. So that if you don't have any friends and you don't know anybody, you could just jump into the game and create friends because you could play live with people and you could interact live with people. And it's not that easy nowadays to do that. So did you see the new Gears of War? It got me super excited. I have not seen the new Gears of War. Do you play that on PC or like PlayStation or Xbox? Because when I played Gears of War, I used to play it on, I think like Xbox and PlayStation. Oh, look at that. That's kind of, that move right there is kind of like a little bit, like, what is it? That hammer, a hammer paladin, where he used to summon hammers that would spin around him in a circle and then like kill enemies. So if you're a Diablo fan, I think you're going to like Vessel of Hatred. And then I actually pre-purchased. So here's I pre-purchased the most expensive pack. So I could have bought the $69.99 bundle, which I think is just the standard bundle. But I actually bought the $89.99 bundle, which gives you some pets. So if you look, you get a little jaguar pet, you get a little wolf pet, and you get a little tiger pet. And then you also get this jaguar mount. They call it a war cat mount plus an armor bundle. Oh, for my Mazda? It should be my white bag underneath the towel right there. Yeah. You get a new portal. You get a town portal cosmetic. You get 5 armor sets for every class of warrior, basically, or fighter. So yeah, I'm a big Diablo guy. So I was like, I'm going to buy the more expensive one for 20 or 30 bucks more and just get all the bells and whistles and perks and all that kind of stuff. So Gears of War E-Day. Let's Spot, do you want to watch Gears of War E-Day? Let me get a lick if you say yes. Uh-oh, we don't have a lick yet. But I'm pretty sure we could get a lick because leopard geckos like to lick like every 10 seconds or so. Oh, I need to sneeze. Okay. There we go. All right, Ben, this is for you, man. So this is Gears of War E-Day. Let's check it out. I do like Gears of War. I got to say, I'm more of an Apex guy right now, but Gears of War was really cool. I just kind of like stopped playing the franchise for the most part. This must be it right here. Check it out. one-on-one. Like they're catching up a lot of drama here. Like personal drama. What is that? Yeah, pretty cool, man. I mean, I only have time in my life right now for so many games, but if I am looking for new games, Gears, I could see myself like getting back into Gears of War, like if or when. Um, I was never big into like Fortnite, so I never really got big into Fortnite. I was big into Call of Duty for a little bit. So I was big into Call of Duty for a little bit, and then that eventually transitioned to Apex. And now I'm trying to get my buddy that I used to play Call of Duty with, I'm trying to get him to come over to Apex. But Apex does have a very big learning curve. It is a lot different than most other like first person shooters. So if I'm correct, this ties into the first Gears of War game they made. Yeah, Gears of War is really cool. That's another game that I could see myself like getting back into. It's got like monsters. I really like Halo as well. I was really big into Halo back in the day. And then Counter-Strike. I don't know if you guys ever played Counter-Strike. But after playing Apex, I just feel like I'll always be grafted into Apex because there's like superpowers along with like first person shooting. Whereas in most other first person shooter games are mainly like more reality based, like it's just the first person shooter. Call of Duty has some superpowers, you could like run on walls and stuff like that. So I like that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, I will keep this in mind for sure because I do like me a good game. So I will most likely, yeah, Call of Duty's gone downhill. Yeah, I saw Nick Merckx and Tim the Tatman. Those guys still play it pretty heavily, but they started playing like Elden Ring, like streaming. I guess Elden Ring had like a really big release recently, and that became really popular. So like a lot of people are streaming Elden Ring right now. You're gonna get the new Gears, Frank, and new COD. Oh, there's a new Call of Duty. New Call of Duty. Let me see. Let me look up. New Call of Duty 2024 trailer. Black Ops 6. All right, let's check it out. Last one we'll check out. Black Ops 6.
Good evening. The Soviet Union is no more. Despite a potential for instability and chaos, these events clearly serve our national interest. Free from the specter of global conflict.
Today we celebrate the mystery of American renewal.
What do you think, Spot?
Something's going on. Something big.
I'm a fire starter, terrific fire starter.
I figured if I stuck around hell long enough, I'd see the devil.
How's he look?
I'm a fire starter, terrific fire starter.
The agency is compromised. We're being hunted from the inside.
You're the fire starter, twisted fire starter.
Grappling. Nice.
You don't have to trust me, Marshal. But it might be better if you do.
Hey! It's something you should see.
What the hell are we getting into? Don't trust anyone.
You broke into a CIA black site. Are you out of your mind?
Things got complicated.
Fox Watson.
May God continue to bless the United States of America.
Pre-order the Vault Edition and get the Hunters vs. Hunted Operator Pack, the Master...
That's what Deez is looking into, huh? That's what you're looking at, huh, Deez? So, I mean, if anybody is into Apex or Diablo 4, let me know, because I can add you to, you know, maybe we will start like a Gecko Gaming Discord, and then different people in there can communicate. But until that's going, just reach out to each other personally, kind of thing. But yeah, those are cool games. I mean, sometimes it's nice to play a game that is more based on reality. So like Apex is not very reality based, right? Like there's so many different like superpowers and things that are basically in that game, which makes it a lot of fun, but it also makes it like really difficult to learn, and you have to know everyone's superpowers and stuff. But it's really popular. I would venture to say that Apex is probably like the #1 first-person shooter game, up there with like Fortnite, Call of Duty, and you know, other. I think just Fortnite and probably Call of Duty. Even Fortnite and Call of Duty, I think their player retention is a lot less than Apex, but I'm not sure. I would have to look into that a little bit more. But it's a nice way to be able to like let off some steam. That's usually what I do when I'm taking a break from Gecko work and stuff like that, or Reptile work. It's like right now I got to go do Sailfin Waters real quick before it gets too dark over here. I need to do some Sailfin Waters, some Leopard Gecko stuff tonight, and then I don't think I'm going to do a Gecko live stream tonight, but possibly tomorrow. Oh, Turok. See, Turok had all of the indicators for a game that I would like, but then I just never really got into it. I don't think I ever bought the game, but I always wanted to when I was a kid, and I just never got into it. But how many of you guys remember GoldenEye? GoldenEye, that's another nostalgic game for me too, now that I think about it, because that was probably like the first-person shooter that really got me into first-person shooters. Besides Duck Hunter, Deez and Bam Bam. I don't know if you guys know Duck Hunter, but that was like you have an actual like handheld gun and you shoot ducks on the screen. It's pretty crazy. The gold gun, yes, that thing. Was it an AK-47? Now that I'm thinking about it, the gold gun. I started watching some nostalgic video game like shops. Like there are people out there that have nostalgic video game stores, and you could go into the store and you could play all of these old games, like the original Mario Kart. You could play like Nintendo NES, GoldenEye. They have it like all set up in there. That would be pretty cool. So you could just pick them up. Like, so to answer your question on picking up a leopard gecko, it's not as simple as just telling you to like pick it up. Although sometimes it is that simple, because if the gecko is a well-behaved gecko, you could just pick it up from around the waist gently like that and pick it up. But if it's an aggressive gecko, you might need to like kind of gently grab it by the base of the tail and then plop it onto your hand. Otherwise, it might bite you and like lock on and make you bleed, and it's just a mess. The other thing is you could get them to like gently crawl onto your hand. So watch this. I'm going to get him to walk. So I'm going to pet him and he's going to walk. Here's my hand right here. I'm going to kind of push him towards my hand and he's going to walk onto my hand. And once he's on your hand, all you need to do is let him walk from hand to hand. It's kind of called treadmilling. So OG Star Wars Battlefront. Yeah, I played a couple of the Star Wars games, but I never got like too deep into it. But I would imagine that if I had no other options, I would imagine that I would be into Star Wars and stuff. But I just gravitate so hard right now to Diablo 4 and Apex. Those are like my 2 games. So if anybody plays those, let me know because we could add each other and try to get some stuff going. But your liquid gecko is if you got a young gecko. So Darren, search our YouTube channel, which is Geeky Gecko Creations. Do a search for leopard gecko handling. I have 3 videos on leopard gecko handling, and I think 2 of those videos show me handling babies because babies are a little bit different. You need to be a little bit more like careful with them. And generally with babies, oh yeah, you just let them crawl onto your hand. I forgot. Deez just said Quake and Duke Nukem. Oh, Assassin's Creed, that was another one. But you guys will probably trip out when I say this. What about Doom? Doom was that was another one of those first-person shooter games that man, I wonder if they have a new Doom coming out because I got it a while back, but it was years ago. Doom new. I don't think there is a new Doom recently, but Doom was, man, a month ago. Dark Ages. Oh, wait. There's a new trailer. You guys want to watch it? All right, let's watch this. I haven't seen this trailer yet. Before he became a hero, he was the super weapon. Two minutes. Who's that guy? Oh, the double shotty. That looks like a Viking with his face. Does he have a face? Where's his face? Oh, yeah. Oh, man, the graphics are so good. The music was always so cool for Doom. Nice. Oh my god. Satisfying. The kills are so satisfying. Oh my goodness. The dragon? He's flying on a dragon. Oh my goodness. That is a dragon. That was a dragon, y'all. I've never seen a dragon in Doom. So that's pretty cool. All right, well, I mean, what more can you say? I think Frank is getting Doom. You know what I've been wanting to get to that I just want to be scared. And I've always loved the Aliens franchise. You've probably always heard me talk about the Aliens franchise. But they have these games now where it's not a lot of shooting, not a lot of killing of monsters, but it is it's scary. It's you have I think this is what it is. Wait, is this the trailer?
When the sawdust settles and the engine roars.
Alien Isolation. It's scary. You're not meant to really kill the creature. You're meant to run away. and just survive. Is this it? Sega.
I know why you're working in the region where she went missing. You're still looking, aren't you?
My God, Ripley. You're doing good, Tim.
Okay, I think the trailer doesn't really show you much gameplay, but I think I've watched it before where the gameplay of Alien Isolation is like really scary. Let me see. I could put like scary moment. Alien Isolation scary moments. Alien Isolation, all deaths and scary moments. Check this out. Check out like freaky this is. My scariest moment in Alien Isolation. Let's see. This one's 40 seconds. Let's just watch the 40-second one. You have to hide from it. You can't make any noise, or it finds you. It's just walking around. Did it get him? Did it sense him? So it walks around the ship, and you have to avoid it. It's pretty cool. I've watched some of these trailers and I'm like, you know what? Even though I like killing things in games, this also looks kind of heart pounding. Like you have to not be seen by it. Oh, snap. See, that's like freaky. If you're in a room all by yourself at night and that thing like just taps on you like that. Scary. Scary stuff. He got got. He got got. God. All right, one more scene. Oh, look at that! The way they like slowly make it like eat you and stuff is scary. It's a robot. The robot's getting it. Oh, he's done. This is scary when you're in like a locker. And it's right in front of you. And you have to like just be quiet. It like sniffs you out and stuff. What do you think, Bot? Is it scary? Oh, found him. I wonder how the game actually senses to, you know what I mean? Like how the alien knows where you are, if it's like a heat thing or something like that. Oh, is that how Outlast is? Which, by the way, the new Alien movie comes out in August. So shout out to anyone who wants to see the new Alien movie. If y'all were in Arizona, we could go together possibly, but I know not many people are. I'm going to go see it with my wife, probably. Maybe my dad, because he really likes that too. So, Trish, I like to think of dragons as big leopard geckos with wings. I agree. I mean, I was at a kids event today and I was basically calling these guys like little dinosaurs, you know? That's one of the things that makes me love leopard geckos so much is they are like little dinosaurs because they're very like hunting based, right? They hunt pinky mice, if you know what I mean? They hunt anything they could eat, insects, all that kind of stuff. Oh, yeah, that'll be fun, Bam. That will be fun. Well, I need to do some sailfin waters and stuff, but I thank you guys for entertaining me and having some fun. You know, sometimes it's fun to share like other parts of my life just besides reptiles. And so even though some people like want to see just the reptiles, I hope other people can like enjoy connecting with us on other points. And so I will probably stream some more games and do like geckos and gaming like I did before, with like Apex and Diablo. And maybe if there's some Reptile people that want to get in those games too, it could be kind of fun to like stream live with other gecko breeders and do a live and like talk geckos and play the game at the same time. So my opinion, I think Leopard Gecko, the Raptors. Yes. But Trish, Darren, Bam, Deez, everyone who's been here and still here and watches this back or who has any interest in this, I appreciate it. Reach out to me if you do want to try to play some games together. I will try to do, I don't think it'll be tonight, but I'll try to do like another Leopard Gecko live stream either tonight, tomorrow, or this weekend sometime, because I do have some younger geckos to clean. And I like being able to stream and clean the younger geckos because it's like, it's mindless work for me. I don't need to like pair geckos, check for ovulations, any of that kind of stuff. I just purely cleaning, feeding, and restocking water. So this is Spot. Thank you, Spot, for joining us on today's broadcast. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, Julian. Bye, Bam Bam. Have a geeky gecko. Great night, y'all. Peace.